Tonight, only on HAPPENING.fun. We are attractions. We are casino events. We are nightlife. We are festivals. We are concerts. We are Florida events. We are movies. We are sports. We are live performance. With your host, Napoleon Plays. With your moderator, Al Ferguson. Celebrities and interviews. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Bret Michaels. Let's plan ahead. New Year's Eve with Marshmello at LIV. New Year's Eve with Pitbull. Out and About, Margaret Cho. Drag Queen Christmas. Around Florida. Surfing Santas at Cocoa Beach. Edison and Ford Estate Holiday Lights. The Fun 5. Art Basel. Bayfront Park Holiday Village. It's all happening tonight on South Florida's most popular live source for things to fun. Only on HAPPENING.fun.
Well, good evening, South Florida, and welcome to another edition of HAPPENING.fun. We are coming to you live tonight. I'm your host, Al Ferguson, and these are the most interesting things to do in South Florida for this week. This is my broadcast partner, Napoleon Plays.
Hello, everybody.
Lifestyle expert, Napoleon Plays, I might add. And we are broadcasting tonight from Bubbles and Pearls. Bubbles and Pearls is right on Wilton Drive in central Broward County. Come on, everybody. This is a live audience. Let's celebrate Bubbles and Pearls.
Right. We are
Chef Josie and Marcy.
We're coming right here from Wilton Drive, the sexiest place on planet Earth. There is everything fun to do right here at Bubbles and Pearls and here in Wilton Manor.
And South Florida, this is a live show. Anything can happen. Napoleon is going to say ridiculous things, and it's live, and well, I can't push it back into his mouth.
We can only hope that the ridiculousness will happen, because we want to make sure that you're ridiculous and have an incredible time. And if you do have an event, a festival, a party, or anything else you want to be featured in our show, please make sure to submit it at submit@happening.fun.
Absolutely. And South Florida, we thank you. As many as 20,000 of you in South Florida have watched this news show called HAPPENING.fun, and we thank you. This is our show for the weekend of December 7th.
That's right, and we want to make sure to keep it growing, so please like, share, and subscribe both to the page and this video. That's right there, and we're going to watch this to see how you can easily share it.
Yeah, watch this.
When viewing our live show in your app, please click share. On the next screen, you can write text to your viewing audience and then click Start Watch Partying. You've done it. Enjoy your party.
Well, it's simple as that, South Florida. We hope you'll share us and like us and start a watch party. We would like to thank the presenting sponsor of HAPPENING.fun, and that's Barbara Warren Lowley, immigration attorney. Any of your particular needs, Barbara Warren Lowley is the place to turn.
Thanks for the support.
Absolutely. So thank you for supporting HAPPENING.fun. All right, you all ready?
Let's get started. I'm ready to see what things to fun we've got this week.
All right, in HAPPENING.fun, we break our entertainment world here in South Florida into 5 blocks, segments.
Easy to comprehend.
Absolutely. Our first block is about celebrities and interviews in South Florida. We're showing you a little bit of animation on our section, and we remind you through one of our slides, if you have an event with a celebrity or an interview that you would like to incorporate in HAPPENING.fun, we encourage you to contact us at submit@happening.fun.
Right. Please do. We want to get there, we want to see it, and we want to share your events. We want to share the fun of South.
All right. So that being said, let's talk about the big things this week in celebrity.
Alrighty. First up, we have celebrity and interviews. Number 2 is Bret Michaels. Now, you guys might remember him from Poison. We've got a video to check out. So let's start that and see what we've got from him here at the Hard Rock Live.
And remember, when Bret Michaels is at the new Hard Rock Live, Bret Michaels is from Poison.
That's right. He's from Poison from a couple decades ago. I actually got first introduced to him from Rock of Love, which was a spin-off of Flavor of Love on the VH1. It introduced me to all sorts of icons from the past, including a very fun musician. And I knew Poison's music. I'm sure you knew Poison's music from the 80s, too.
I did. I've just spent the last 2 days at the brand new Seminole Hard Rock. I stayed at almost the top floor at the Guitar Hotel. And this venue, Hard Rock Live, 7,000 seats. It's amazing. Bret Michaels is going to be there.
Oh, we're going to talk about that a lot, too.
Yeah, tell us again where.
This is at the Hard Rock Live. It's December 13th at 8 p.m. Definitely check him out. Solo fun. He's incredible.
Yeah, not to miss. The #1 celebrity and interview event this week in South Florida is kind of unusual. #1 is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, I love them.
Now, a lot of you may not know this, but the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is going to be at the BB&T Center, and it's on December 13th, and we prepared something for you here on this amazing holiday event. Watch this.
Bringing back Christmas Eve and other stories it's incredible on every level. I mean, musically, I love playing these songs.
This is where it all started. I mean, this is the title of our first CD. This is where the Trans-Siberian Orchestra really made its mark.
There's a sentimental feeling, I think, amongst the band and probably the diehard fans and people that have seen this, because this was the show that really put TSO, I think, on the map.
The show looks completely different. It looks amazing.
It's exciting to be able to return to that story now with new lights, lasers, a new set, new people, new energy.
I mean, just mind-blowing effects in this year's show.
It's hands down our biggest, most over-the-top show ever.
This is just another one of those things that when you come to see a TSO show, you're going to see something you've probably never seen before.
All right. Well, first off, in that video on Trans-Siberian, it's one of the reasons I'm so proud, and so is Napoleon, of being associated with HAPPENING.fun. This is the only place in South Florida where you can see, in a very short format of just under 30 minutes, all of the big things to do, both in terms of visual, but also learning more about events like this.
The Trans-Siberian Orchestra is a spectacle in every possible way. You can see just from that short little clip that they have great music, lights, sound. It's an entire experience.
It's a holiday event. Have you ever seen the Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
No, I haven't, but I do want to share that right after my father died, that show specifically is the one that my family went to, and it engaged so much healing, so much love, and it reminded them to engage in the magic and whimsy of the world. That band, then it just means a lot to me that they exist to create such magic for people.
Absolutely. South Florida, we want to let you know, if you want to do something that's really fun and uplifting for the Christmas holidays, but in a kind of off-kilter bent, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra at the BB&T Center on December 13th at 8 p.m. is absolutely for you.
Definitely check it out.
We move into our next segment block that we call Let's Plan Ahead. Now, we do this specifically for my millennial partner here, because if you don't plan ahead, you don't get the best tickets.
That's true. If you don't plan ahead, you might not get any tickets at all. You might not find a date. You might just completely not go at all. That's something that you've taught me really well, by the way.
Exactly.
Is that you have to do that to have fun and succeed.
And to you promoters and event organizations and attractions, if you have an event coming in the future and you want to participate with HAPPENING.fun, we remind you with the slide to submit at HAPPENING.fun for us to consider it.
So, #2 in Let's Plan Ahead is Marshmello New Year's Eve at LIV Nightclub in Miami. He's going to be there December 31st at 11 p.m. Do you know of Marshmello?
Excuse me, dude. Please, come on.
Okay,
I just watched the American Music Awards, and he was awesome at the AMAs.
So you saw him on TV, so now you know him.
I know him
15 years later.
Intimately. Great. Actually, he has a top 10 number right now on the charts.
He frequently does. I mean, I first connected with him because he was one of those DJs that really likes to hide his identity. He's kind of like Banksy or Batman in that sense, that he didn't want to be known and just wanted to create.
Exactly. And you see this. This is the first week in December, South Florida, but New Year's Eve is coming.
Ooh.
It's our #1 night of the entire year. Plan ahead in this event.
Definitely.
Our #1 Let's Plan Ahead event this week is also New Year's Eve.
It's coming,
and
folks.
let's up it. And of course, that's with our guy in South Florida, and that is Pitbull. Mr. Worldwide is going to be at the Bayfront Park in downtown Miami, December 31st. A show for 8 p.m., and he is especially hosting an interesting VIP food and wine party.
Right. And check out some of this food, too. It's really colorful. Everything about this event looked like it's a good place to be.
Exactly. I've seen Pitbull twice. He is incredible in live performance. Everyone in South Florida can come to the Bayfront Park. It is completely free.
Yeah,
Napoleon, you get to come.
Oh, it's true. I do. I got to plan ahead and get to go for free.
That's right. Now, Napoleon, if you want a really special New Year's Eve experience, hang out with your boy Pitbull and participate in the food and wine VIP event in Bayside
Well,
Park.
I'm sure you're going to comment
Bayfront Park.
on being there as a very important person at some point, right? You were there at his birth or his inauguration in the future as president, or
I attended a ship naming ceremony, and he was the entertainment on the pier. 400 invited guests, and I was sitting there right in row one.
I do believe that. Was he
Okay.
the one that was breaking the champagne on the boat? That happens in real life, right?
That's
People
exactly
do that.
right. That's our number one plan ahead event this week, and that is Pitbull's New Year's Eve. That brings us to our next segment block at HAPPENING.fun, and that is called Out and About. Now, what is Out and About about?
Out and About is all about the best things that might relate to gay culture, but also relates to the entire community. You don't have to be part of the LGBTQ spectrum to enjoy any of these events, even if it might be highlighted toward that.
That's right. The events that we talk about this week are of special note for our gay community. And South Florida's gay community is one of the largest in the United States. So, tell us about the first event we're focusing on.
The first event that we're going to be focusing on is number 2 in Out and About, which is a Drag Queen Christmas, The Naughty Tour. Everybody knows of RuPaul at this point. Do you know of RuPaul at this point?
I think I've heard of RuPaul
Well,
once or twice.
In case you haven't, we've got a video for you, so watch this to find out.
Every holiday season, something magical happens. We're back at Drag Queen Christmas with host Nina West.
Get your tickets at dragfans.com, come see us, and let's celebrate my favorite time of the year.
The Naughty Tour. It's coming to your city soon. Get tickets and info at dragfans.com.
RuPaul is absolutely the definition of this Out and About section because he is someone that has brought a lot of LGBTQ culture to the mainstream. And this show is just a part of it. As you can see, there's a child that was on stage. It's a family event, but it's also got something that's a little bit for everybody with the queens that are there.
Now, this, in our entire show this week at HAPPENING.fun, this is probably going to be my favorite moment. As I turn to the lifestyle culture guru, Napoleon Place. Napoleon, of those pictures at Outlandish's Drag Queen Christmas, how many of them do you think I really know very well and are friends of mine?
Well, would you call them friends or would they call you a friend? Because that's a little different.
But how many do I know versus how many you know?
I could tell you how many I know and what season they were on. I bet I could name their season better than you.
All right. So Napoleon's not going to answer my question, but this is really a fun thing for you to do with the holidays for Drag Queen Christmas.
Al knows drag queens very, very well.
I do.
And those are some of the best.
Exactly. It is going to be at the Parker Playhouse December 28th at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
If you want to laugh and laugh and laugh, Outlandish is the producer of this incredible show that's traveling around the country and our stop in South Florida.
What's up next, Al?
Our number one Out and About event to look at is the comedian Margaret Cho. Margaret is an Outlandish event that is going to be at the Sunshine Cathedral January 25th at 7 p.m. And the Margaret Cho comedy show is hilarious. In fact, we're going to show you a little about that right now. Watch this.
We're gonna have an amazing, amazing day. Oh look, I can't. Can you see my fupa? I can't. I'm trying to look at my fupa. Yeah. Okay. See, look now. Look at my. I've never seen my twerking before. It's kind of a different perspective. Oh, okay. See, this is all. I thought it was gonna go up in my vagina, but I guess it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Sorry, the gay men are like, bitch, pussy already. You just got up here, girl. No, girl. Oh my girl. it's a gay word. It means everything. It's not doesn't just mean girl. It's like every word. It's like aloha or shalom. It means
Napoleon,
everything.
before I tell you about Margaret's show, let me make a correction that I said. I said Outlandish was presenting Drag Queen Christmas from RuPaul. It's actually the producers Murray and Peter. Of course I knew that, but...
So you know all the drag queens, but not who produces it.
Yeah.
Did you just call yourself out on camera after that whole little thing you gave me?
Yeah, all right. It is Murray and Peter. Now, Margaret's show is produced by Outlandish, a big event company that travels around the country. Margaret's show is, for the gay community, one of their favorite comedians.
She is an icon, and it's funny that we were watching her make a joke about her weight at the fupa. Do you know what a fupa is?
I'm ashamed to say I don't think I do.
Okay, hey, what is it? Fat, upper? Can we say that on this show? I'm not sure.
Wait, do you know what it is?
I don't know if it's something that I can say on air, actually.
Of course
but
you can.
It's something that it's about the upper fat that you have right in this section that kind of
Upper fat. Okay. Well, if anybody would know about upper fat, it would be you.
It's true. I get to be right around you.
Right, exactly. All right.
But Margaret's show is an icon to the LGBTQ community, and she's really funny for everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be at the Sunshine Cathedral, great performance venue in Fort Lauderdale on January 25th at 7 p.m.
All of Outlandish,
Come out to see a Margaret show with Outlandish. They have an entire series of events in South Florida, and this is one of the big first ones.
So next up for you, we've got our next section, which is Around Florida. This is all about the things that are happening in Florida, not just in South Florida, but the entire state. It is a great state to travel to, and there are a lot of events that you want to come to, and this is how we get you to find out a little bit more.
We remind everybody, if you are from around Florida and you're watching South Florida's most popular source of things to fun, make sure that you send us a email. We're giving you a little information on that right now to contact us at submit-to-happening.fun so we can consider you.
We want to know.
Right. Tell us.
Number 2 in our things to fun around Florida is surfing Santas at Cocoa Beach.
Seriously?
Speaking of being fun in Florida, look at this Santa Claus in the ocean. You don't get that. You get North Pole everywhere else. Here you get ocean waves, a group of people, lots of fun, all Santa. Isn't that everything that December is all about?
Now, Napoleon, I'm sitting here thinking about all my friends in New York, in Boston. You're from Baltimore. All of our friends. They don't see anything like this.
No, this is where people get jealous of those of you that are either living in or traveling to Florida. That's why you need to get to this. It is a pure Florida event.
When is this?
This is on December 24th at 8 a.m. It goes for obviously a few hours. Get out there, catch some waves. Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
This is the best way to see Santa.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit on his lap. You can hop on a surfboard.
Yeah, go up to Cocoa Beach. It's about a 3-hour ride from us to Ron John's, who sponsors this. And it's the surfing Santas for Christmas. Looks like lots of fun.
And you don't have to surf either. You can go out there, enjoy the sights. Anything you do is going to be a blast with
The
it.
number one thing to plan for this week and around Florida is the Holiday Lights Festival at Edison Ford Estates. Now, do you know who Edison is, Millennial?
Do I know who Edison is?
Yeah, have you ever heard of a little thing called electricity?
Okay, are we going to start fuel? Okay, well, what about Tesla? Are we going to get into that conversation about how the government decided that one version of electricity versus the other?
Okay,
Let's talk history.
and there's a really good movie right now out about the fight against Ford. Ever heard of Henry Ford?
Yes, I have.
Both of them are residents of Florida. You know they're not still alive. You know that, right?
I just assumed that they were your childhood friends growing up.
Funny joke.
I know that they're not alive. I didn't know that they were from Florida, though.
Yeah, their winter homes were in Fort Lauderdale, or in Fort Myers on the west coast of Florida.
Right by the
and their
trains
winter
there.
homes are beautiful estates, and right now they do the Holiday Lights Festival. So you can visit both homes in Fort Myers, and they do this Holiday Lights Festival where they do beautiful things around it. In fact, we've prepared a short video for you about it. Watch this.
Thanks to the holiday nights at the Edison and Ford Winter Estates, the holidays are always merry and extra bright.
It's a historic holiday celebration in that we try and show some historic traditions, both of the Edison family, the Ford family, and also of the Victorian time period and the early 1900s.
It really takes you back. It's like a step in time. So it's the lights and the music.
The holiday night celebration is a tradition for many families just as much as lighting their own tree.
It's really cool to see somebody that harnessed electricity for the first time featured in an event. You can adjust that, yeah. We want to hear this about electricity and then how lights are then the feature of this event, because it's just like this little comparison of history, finding the harnessing of electricity. Okay,
Yeah.
we got it.
And Fort Myers is a cool little town on the west coast of Florida. It's between here in South Florida and Tampa on US 41. Beautiful drive through the Everglades. It's a lot of fun, our #1 event. Now, before we move into our final segment, we want to mention that we want to thank one of our big sponsors tonight, and that is Noble Weddings. They are one of South Florida's top wedding planners, and we thank you very much for your support and sponsorship tonight of HAPPENING.fun.
I will definitely use them if I get any proposals from this show today. We could tie the knot.
Dude, there are no girls that are going to be interested. No, not going to happen. Well, maybe.
Why am I friends
Maybe,
with you?
Maybe,
Jeez.
exactly. All right. So it brings us to our final and most important segment of HAPPENING.fun tonight for this week, and that is what we call the Fun 5 Things to Fun this week. Say that over and over fast.
Fun 5 things to fun. The 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 fun 5
I'm
things to
moderately impressed. Okay, I'm moderately impressed. And I remind you, if you're a promoter, you have an attraction, you have an event, send us an email. We're showing you that in slide right now. And submit to happening.fun, and we will consider incorporating you in happening.fun. So as a result, let's talk about the 5 great fun things to do this week in South Florida.
Number 5 in our countdown of the fun 5 things to fun this week is the Bayfront Holiday Village. This is in the Miami Bayfront Park, and this is a blast.
Look at cool Santa Claus.
Look at him, indeed. I love that phrase, by the way. Guess who's coming to downtown? Doesn't that get you in the mood immediately? It gets you in the Christmas spirit and also like a city-urban experience at the same time.
Yes, the Bayfront Park in downtown Miami, right next to Bayside Marketplace on Biscayne Boulevard. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's there daily from December 25th at 11 a.m.
Through
until
December 25th.
Yes, from now through December 25th at 11 a.m. It goes until the evening, so you have a whole day worth to go out there and enjoy
Santa
it.
Again.
Yoga Santa!
This dude is really cool.
That's
Look
the
at
Santa
him.
that they need to promote more. The one that actually gets out and does more than eat cookies, but lives a whole life.
We were just in Cuba together, and we saw about 50,000 of those cars. Exact same car.
And right on the ocean, too.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to get in the holiday spirit, this is the perfect way to do it. Our
Especially
number
a Florida
5
way.
thing at the Bayfront Holiday Village, Bayfront Holiday Park.
How about what's next?
That leads us to number 4 in our countdown of the fun 5 things to fun this week, and that is the Broadway musical, The Music Man. It is going to be at the Wick Theater in Boca Raton. You used to live in Boca.
I did. I very briefly lived in Boca, but I've been to a lot of the theaters up there. And one of the things that's really cool about the Wick is that they're also a costume museum. They're full of Broadway costumes. They are like actual Broadway costumes. You can go there, you can experience them, you can see what it's like to be a costume designer from the big stage is up in New York.
Now Napoleon, you don't know this, South Florida, but Napoleon is a big Broadway guy, and he knows a lot and has performed in many different things. What's the big number in Music Man? What's your favorite?
I can't not think of Family Guy when I think of Music Man. Seth, oh my God, now I'm blanking on his name, completely screwed me over and always made me think of that version of this show. And also Matthew Broderick from the film version.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
26 trombones.
No,
That's not your favorite?
Shapoopy.
Right.
Every single time.
It's
That's all
a
I can hear.
great Broadway musical. It's an old Broadway musical, but
It's
they freshened
really
it
old.
up at the week. And one other thing, what is it about Boca Raton to have all of the cultural institutions that they do there? Why that in Palm Beach County?
I think it's just that there are people that really experience it and are appreciative of it up there. There's a little bit more in general, just big buildings. And
Now, is it true when you were living in Boca Raton you called it the country for Fort Lauderdale and Miami?
No, that's just what I refer to when I speak of your home, based on how you speak sometimes.
okay.
But another thing that's really cool about the Wick is that they have a lot of times the performers that are there do a little cabaret after the show, so you get to really see what they're like as individual artists.
All right.
I had to plug that.
So at the Wick Theater, our number 4 fun thing to do this week is Music Man, and it's selected dates and selected times through December 28th.
Number 3 in our countdown of the fun things to five. Now I can't do it. See, the fun 5 things to fun this week is another show that you might know from Broadway. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
This is going to be at Kravis Center in West Palm Beach. It's now through December 8th. This is another really fun show. You've got a lot of experience with it.
I do. I've seen a funny thing multiple times. It has to do with the Ides of March and the Roman Empire and the fall of the Caesar. And I'm not spoiling it, but there is a stabbing in it. And when I saw that we were featuring a funny thing happened on the way to the forum, I thought about you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, stabbing me? How it would happen off stage. So beware, if I come back without an eye, you'll know it is a Greek tragedy, which is actually what A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum is based on. It is based on a Greek tragedy. I think Plautus filmed from it before.
Yeah.
But it's all about someone who is enchained, trying to help his younger master woo a girl to get out of that predicament. So,
dude, I'm going to make so much fun of our lifestyle guru and expert in that explanation. I'm going to make so much fun of you later.
You're just going to stab my eye out.
Exactly.
Off camera.
It's at the Kravis Center this week through December 8th, select times. It moves us to the number 2 Fun 5 thing to do this week and things to fun. And let's go a little country. And that is to the father of American country, called a show Ring of Fire, the Johnny Cash story.
Johnny Cash.
I love Johnny Cash. Now, I'm not a huge country music fan, but I've grown through time to appreciate Johnny Cash. This show is going to appear at the Actors Playhouse in Coral Gables now through December 22 at select times. Have you ever heard Johnny Cash?
I have, and actually, if you haven't, we've got a video prepared for you. So please make sure to watch this and learn a little bit.
Yeah.
The Man in Black is back. Actors Playhouse proudly presents Ring of Fire, the music of Johnny Cash.
And it makes
his amazing life story, his troubled youth, his romance with June Carter, and his lifelong search for his musical soul. 5 incredible singer-musicians playing dozens of hits from the iconic songbook of Johnny Cash, live on stage. Ring of Fire, only at the Miracle Theater in Coral Gables.
Actors Playhouse for doing this down in Coral Gables. This new show called Ring of Fire and the Johnny Cash story.
Yeah, I was first introduced to him through the movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon. She won the Oscar for it.
That's right.
Obviously, his music has been so impactful throughout the ages. So if you're not familiar with it, this is a great opportunity to bond with somebody that you know that might like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings us in the Fun 5 things to do this week to number 1.
Oh, yes. Number 1 in our countdown of the Fun 5 things to fun this week is, of course, Art Basel in Miami. This is one of the biggest art festivals in the entire world. It actually happens in multiple locations at a time, and one of the biggest is right here in Miami. We're watching a video right now of some of the installations that have been there in years past, and this goes on from December 5th to the 8th at 12 p.m. at the Miami Beach Convention Center.
I was just going to say, I haven't been to Art Basel. And I am really looking forward to doing this. Multiple venues, art festivals going on all over Miami to support the Basel event. And Miami Beach's Convention Center, institutional, iconic name in the United States as a convention center, completely full of artists from all over the world.
You will not get bored at this event. When I say there's something for everybody, I mean, if you're conceptual, if you just like iconography, color, movement, any history in art at all, there are so many artists there for you to experience. And I know you're always name dropping. I've got a half dozen friends that have been featured in here that have always invited me to check out some of their exhibits. You can't get through the entire thing.
Does that mean you know some janitors at the Miami Beach Convention Center?
I could know some janitors. Don't insult anyone that could be there.
No. We love it. Art Basel is our number 1 thing to fun this week of our Fun 5 things at HAPPENING.fun. Can we say fun enough? How many times do we have to say fun?
We say it, we live it, we breathe it.
Right. I told you, South Florida, this is a live show. And our contest here is how many times we can say fun in 30 minutes. I think I did it better than you. Wait, what are you saying? All right.
Not getting bored out.
That is our top fun things to fun this week in South Florida. And that brings us to a close of the show. But we want to show you a slide to remind you one more time. Do you have an event? Do you have an activity, a festival, a movie that you want to feature, a concert or a show or a party? We share it right there. We make sure that you know that send us an email and we would like to include you in happening.fun, our live show. So, Napoleon, that's it.
That is it. Thank you guys very much for tuning in because we know that your time is precious. That's why happening.fun works to find the best things to fun so that you don't have to spend your time doing it. And like you were saying, make sure to submit any of your events, festivals, or anything that you know about to submit at happening.fun because we want to go, we want it to be featured, and we want to have a blast with South Florida.
Absolutely right. Now look, South Florida, it's a serious time. All you have to do is turn on the news and you know what I'm talking about. The anecdote to this serious times that we're living in is happening.fun. All you have to do is like or share us and subscribe to us. We all deserve things to fun every single week. And we help you every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. live at happening.fun.
Be celebrating.
Be laughing.
Be toasting.
Be cheering.
Be silly.
Be childlike.
Be sexy.
These all sound like definitions to me of things to fun. Exclusively every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on happening.fun. Good night.